it is observed that deployment of TLTRO funds so far has largely been to bonds issued by public sector entities and large corporates, especially in primary issuances. The disruptions caused by COVID-19 have, however, more severely impacted small and mid-sized corporates, including NBFCs and MFIs, in terms of their access to liquidity. So we have therefore decided to undertake what we call TLTRO operations 2, that is TLTRO 2.0. Accordingly, it has been decided to conduct targeted long-term repo operations TLTRO 2.0 for an aggregate amount of rupees 50,000 crore to begin with. Please mark my words, rupees 50,000 crore to begin with in tranches of appropriate sizes. The next announcement relates to refinancing facilities for all India financial institutions like NABARD, SIDBI and the National Housing Bank. All India financial institutions such as NABARD, SIDBI and National Housing Bank play an important role in meeting the long-term funding requirements of agriculture and the rural sector, small industries, housing finance companies, MFIs and NBFCs. These all India financial institutions normally raise resources from the market through specified instruments which are allowed by the Reserve Bank of India, in addition to, of course, relying on their own resources. In view of the tightening of financial conditions in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, these institutions are today facing difficulties in raising resources from the market. Accordingly, it has been decided to provide special refinance facilities for a total amount of rupees 50,000 crores. The next announcement, and this is very important, relates to the LAF, Liquidity Adjustment Facility, and this relates to fixed rate reverse repo rate. That is the reverse repo rate. As I have mentioned earlier, the surplus liquidity in the banking system has risen significantly in the wake of government spending and the various liquidity enhancing measures undertaken by the RBI. On April 15, the amount observed under reverse repo operations was 6.9 lakh crore. Earlier, what I had given about the system liquidity, that was net, that is the difference between the repo and the reverse repo. What I am now saying is one way of flow at the end of every day, how much flows from the system into the RBI through the reverse repo window. That has been in the order of, on April 15th, we absorbed, the RBI absorbed rupees 6.9 lakh crore through the reverse repo window. So that much of surplus was available with the system. Now, in order to encourage the banks to deploy these surplus funds in investments and loans in productive sectors of the economy, it has been decided to reduce the fixed rate reverse repo rate under the liquidity adjustment facility by 25 basis points from 4% to 3.75% with immediate effect. The next announcement relates to ways and means advances for states. On 1st April 2020, RBI had announced an increase in the ways and means advances limit, WMA limit of states by 30%. It has now been decided to increase the WMA limit of states by 60%, by 60% over and above the level as on March 31st, 2020 to provide greater comfort to the states for undertaking COVID containment and mitigation efforts and also to plan their market borrowing programs better. This we expect will help the states not to bunch up their borrowing program in the early part of the year, but to space it appropriately as per their requirement. The increased limit will be available, that is this increased limit of WMA up to by 60%. This facility will be available till September 30th, 2020. Therefore, it has been decided that in respect of all accounts for which lending institutions decide to grant moratorium or deferment and which were standard as on 1st March 2020, the 90-day NPA norm shall exclude the moratorium period. That is, there would be an asset classification standstill for all such accounts from 1st March. The next announcement relates to extension of resolution timeline. Under RBI's Prudential Framework of Resolution of Stressed Assets dated June 7, 2019, In the case of large accounts under default, scheduled commercial banks, all India financial institutions, NBFCs which are non-deposit taking but systemically important, and deposit taking NBFCs are currently required to hold an additional provision of 20% if a resolution plan has not been completed within 210 days from the date of such default. Recognizing the challenges to the resolution of stressed assets in the current volatile environment, it has been decided that the period of resolution plan shall be extended by 90 days. The details of this announcement will of course be spelled out in the circular which will be issued. The next announcement relates to distribution of dividend. It is imperative that banks conserve capital to retain their capacity to support the economy and absorb losses in an environment of heightened uncertainty. It has therefore been decided that in view of the COVID-19 related economic shock, scheduled commercial banks and cooperative banks shall not make any further dividend payouts from profits pertaining to the financial year ended 31st March 2020 until further instructions. The next announcement relates to NBFC loans to commercial real estate projects. In terms of extant guidelines for banks, the date for commencement of commercial operations DCCO in respect of loans to commercial real estate projects delayed for reasons beyond the control of promoters can be extended by additional 1 year over and above the 1 year extension permitted in the normal course without treating the same as restructuring. And restructuring, as you know, would obviously have implications for asset classification. It has now been decided to extend a similar treatment to loans given by NBFCs to commercial real estate. This will provide relief to NBFCs as well as to the real estate sector.